Bill Martino sat quietly, nursing a drink as he approached the grand piano in the dimly lit lounge of the Wilshire Hotel in Los Angeles. The warm hum of conversation filled the air, mingling with the occasional clinking of glasses. The usual crowd had gathered, as they always did, despite it being Christmas Eve. The festive lights reflected off the polished surfaces of the bar, but to Bill, the holiday spirit felt distant, almost foreign. It was 9 o'clock on a Saturday night, and his heart was heavy with grief. He was still reeling from the shocking revelation about the love of his life, his wife, Brianna. The memories of their time together flooded his mind as he idly checked the tuning of the piano, his fingers pressing the keys without thought. Bill and Brianna had met years ago in a college music class. Both had been students in the musical arts department, each possessing remarkable talent. Brianna's voice had a soft yet powerful quality, one that could captivate an audience, and she played the guitar with a natural ease. Bill, on the other hand, had been a skilled pianist since he was 11, his hands dancing over the keys with effortless precision. They shared a deep love for music, and their passion brought them together in ways neither had expected. While they were confident on stage, performing in front of hundreds without hesitation, they were both introverts when it came to romance. Their relationship had developed slowly, cautiously. It had taken 5 dates before Bill worked up the courage to hold her hand, and even longer before they shared their first kiss. But once their love deepened, it became a whirlwind. Their connection was undeniable, and their passion for each other grew stronger with each passing day. A year ago, on a snowy Christmas Eve, they had been married in a small, intimate ceremony in Normal, Illinois. Family and close friends had gathered to witness their vows, and though it wasn't an extravagant affair, it was perfect. They had built a life together, both securing jobs as music teachers at local high schools, a career they adored. In the evenings, they performed with a small rock and roll band alongside another couple, Chet, a skilled saxophonist, and Chantel, a fiery guitarist and singer. Bill and Chet complemented each other's playing styles effortlessly. Their chemistry on stage was electric, and with Brianna and Chantel's harmonies, their band quickly gained a following. They performed at local venues, bars, and even the state fair, where a music producer took notice of their talent. He had offered them a chance to tour as backup musicians for a renowned singer. The pay was decent, but it wasn't enough for Bill and Brianna to abandon their steady teaching careers. Encouraging her to embrace new opportunities, Bill had urged Brianna to go on tour with the band. He believed in her talent and wanted her to experience something beyond their small-town life. But now he was haunted by regret. Had he pushed her away? A familiar voice pulled him from his thoughts. It was John, the bartender, and an old friend. "Here you go, kid," John said, sliding a glass of whiskey toward him with a knowing smile. "We heard about your wife, saw the picture in the LA Rag News." Bill tensed. He took a slow sip of his drink, savoring the burn before responding. "No, and I don't plan on talking to her again," he said bitterly. "She made her bed, and I wasn't in it." John leaned in, his expression softer. "You should at least hear her side of the story." Bill scoffed. "Her side of the story? How can she possibly explain lying naked in bed with 2 band members?" Paul, a real estate writer seated nearby, interjected with a chuckle. "Hell yeah, Bill. Burn the bitch. That's why I didn't waste a minute looking for my ex. They're all cheating bitches." An older man sipping a gin and tonic sighed. "I wish I'd listened to my wife before I left her," he muttered. "But I don't know." Brianna looked out of place in those pictures. "Everyone has an opinion," said Davy, another patron. "But I don't. My wife's in the Navy. Haven't had a scandal yet." Bill exhaled sharply and turned toward the microphone. "Anyone here ever caught their wife in bed with 2 guys?" he asked dryly. The room fell silent. A waitress shook her head. "No, but would you mind playing a few bars instead?" "What a bunch of idiots," Bill muttered under his breath. He had come here to drown his sorrows, not debate his marriage. With a resigned sigh, he placed his fingers on the piano keys and began to play. "This one's for an uptown girl," he said, forcing a smile. His fingers glided over the keys as he sang. "Uptown girl, you know I can't afford to buy her pearls. But maybe someday when my ship comes in, she'll realize what kind of guy I was, and then I'll win. I'm in love with a girl from uptown." Before he could finish, a familiar voice cut through the room, raw with emotion. "Honesty is such a lonely word. Everyone is so untruthful. Honesty is almost unheard of. And that's what you need from me." The music stopped. Bill's hands froze over the piano keys. Slowly, he turned to face the voice. It was Brianna. Tears streamed down her face as she stepped forward, holding a photograph in her trembling hands. Her eyes, full of desperation, locked onto his. Everyone was wrong, baby, she pleaded. That picture, it was photoshopped. Chantel doctored it to get back at Chet and me. I have the original to prove it. The room fell silent as she held out the photo. Bill took it hesitantly and studied it. The image was nearly identical, except in this one. It was Chantel in bed with two unknown men. His heart pounded as he processed the truth. Why? He finally asked, his voice barely above a whisper. Why would she do this? Brianna swallowed hard. Chet asked me to perform my single at the next show. Chantel was furious. She thought she should be the star. She wanted revenge. I didn't know what she had done until the story was already published. I tried to call you, but you disconnected me. I left the band, Bill. I'm coming home. Bill stared at her, emotions warring within him. The betrayal he felt had been a lie, and now, standing before him, was the woman he loved, asking for another chance. She reached for his hand. Please, play me a song. You're my piano player. A long pause filled the air. Then, Bill's fingers returned to the keys. Softly at first, then with growing intensity, he played. As Brianna's voice joined his, the pain, the love, and the hope of their journey filled every note. La 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 dee dee da. La la dee dee da da dum. In the end, they found their way back to each other. Bill and Brianna settled down, raised two children, and lived a long, full life together. They cherished their love until the very end, proving that sometimes, even the deepest wounds could heal.